certainly I want to talk with him about our efforts to develop passenger rail in Ohio. I think that's consistent with what needs to be done. I think the president can be helpful in that regard.
Governor, your budget office has been kind of taking a beating lately with some of the budget numbers. The auditor was complaining about not getting information. Do you think this criticism is undue? Are you happy with what's going on at OBM at this point?
Well, I don't want us to lose sight of the forest by looking only at the trees. I think we have put forth a credible budget that does good things for Ohio, especially when it comes to our commitment to education at every level. And in regard to the auditor's criticism, I think it was perhaps a little exaggerated and unnecessary, but she is an elected official in her own right and has every right to express her opinion, as she has. I simply don't concur fully with that opinion.
I notice you're pinning the school funding plan now to the political side. I saw an ad to the political side. Now I saw an ad from your or a message to supporters from your Strickland for Ohio, which detailed that. It seems like a pretty gutsy move considering all the pushback we're getting from the
Well, I expect a pushback. What I am proposing, I believe, is a transformational approach to education, both in terms of how education is delivered to our young people, and in terms of how education is funded. And so I would have been hugely naive to have assumed that there would not be pushback. Change is difficult, and what I am proposing is significant change. And so I'm not disappointed, I am not surprised. In fact, I am for the most part encouraged, because although there are some individuals and some groups that may be focusing on a particular piece of the approach that we've presented, I think by and large the larger structure of what I have put forth has escaped major criticism, and so we can deal with the trees, so to speak. I want to make sure that we don't lose sight of the forest, and so I will work with the legislature, as I am and as we are, to deal with any particular problems that may be identified. As I said to Mark and others yesterday, if there are specific problems in the plan that folks want to bring to me and say, we've identified this as a concern or a problem, I will look at it. If I concur that that there is validity or legitimacy to that observation, then we will work together to try to make corrections as appropriate. But the basic thrust of the plan must be preserved, and I will fight to see that it is preserved.
There was some Republicans' criticism yesterday about not being able to get their hands on the documents or the evidence that you used as a basis for your plan. How do you respond to that?
I would be surprised if there weren't criticisms from the Republicans. Like I say, I think it's expected. I think it's part of the process. I don't get too excited about that. If a particular legislator wants to sit down with me and to talk in more detail, in a problem-solving way, I and my staff would be willing to do that. But I don't feel too excited about public criticisms that I think are part of the give and take of a legislative process.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Governor.